What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? How's it doing?
What's going on? What's
What's
happening?
going on?
Hey, everybody in the cyber world, we ask that if you like what you see, go ahead and smash that like button, that subscribe button, hit the blue bell so you'll never miss a notification on your phone. It's time to get into it. You know, the first game's behind us. We about to put this season into full motion. We got a lot to talk about, man. It's a lot of good, some good, a lot of bad to talk about. We're not biased. We understand what's going on with our team. We see some stuff that we don't like. We see some stuff that we do like. Well, let's go ahead and get into it, man. You out there in the comment section. If you're in the comments and you want to get in on this, just go ahead and type your comments in. We'll bring y'all in as fast as possible, man. So we'll just hit the first thing. Hey, fellas, we saw the game. Everybody saw the game. I know Gotti likes to watch it, you know, when it first comes on, that he comes back again. And a couple days later, he likes to watch it and analyze it and see what's going on. So we'll start with Sally, man. What adjustments are necessary on the defense, man?
Well, I mean, I don't want to panic too soon, because Jalen Carter did miss that game, so that was a big hole in our D line. But to me, man, we got our corners, man. Um, Dory Jackson, he just wasn't that guy. He was not that guy on that last game, man. I mean, he needs some help back there. I mean, I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. I mean, it wasn't a pretty game. We got the W. Don't get me wrong, we got the win, but we got to tighten that secondary up. That secondary definitely needs to be tightened up back there in order us to go ahead and remain the Super Bowl champions to get back to that platform. We gotta make some adjustments back there.
Yeah, man. I do want to before I get up with Gotti, man. I do want to send a shout out to Sally, man. He's definitely improved his lighting. We can see him this season. We can actually see Sally. It's strange. It's strange. I know y'all not used to seeing him. I'm not used to seeing him. Hey, but we can see him, so we appreciate him. We appreciate it. We can actually see him this show. It's strange talking to him. We usually just talk to a figure, a shadow. Uh, hey, Bugatti, man, what do you think, man? Moving forward, what do you think?
I definitely agree with Sally, man. Our secondary's hurt. Secondary's hurting pretty bad. But I'm gonna tell you something. On a different note of that, I mean, Dory Jackson was getting killed, but that was CeeDee Lamb. I mean, it was CeeDee Lamb. He does it to the best, But I mean, but when you see that, when you see somebody taking advantage of a guy like that, man, the coach has to make adjustments. I mean, he was absolutely killing them. We would have lost that game if CeeDee Lamb caught the ball, and that's the bottom line. There's no doubt about it. He had some critical drops that would have cost us the game, and there's no better way to say it. We got beat back there, but like I said, it's CeeDee Lamb. He's not a rookie. He's not an average wide receiver. I mean, he can do it all. He catches the ball deep. He catches the ball short. He catches the jet sweeps out the backfield. He's their guy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to put too much on Jackson for Nah, bump that. He I mean, some of the stuff wasn't even close. Some of the stuff wasn't even close. Now, as far as the Jalen Carter thing, man, I'm gonna tell you like this: Jalen Carter being out it hurt, but we can't use that as a crutch. I mean, our first Super Bowl was won by who? What quarterback?
Yeah,
What quarterback?
Nick Foles.
Not by name, by position.
Oh, the
No, yeah,
backup.
backup,
He's the
backup.
backup. He was the backup. So when your starter goes down, it's the coach's job, it's the front office's job that when your starters go down, that you have somebody in there. Of course they won't be just as good, or otherwise they'd be the starter. But you have somebody in there who's prepared to take up the slack. Jordan Davis did a good job out there getting tackles, getting that pressure in the backfield. But we can't go by, Jalen Carter, put us in a bind. He did, but at the same time, if he got hurt, we wouldn't be saying that. If he had a non-contact injury like Austin Eckler did at Washington, in the beginning of the game, just running out in the field, we can't say he hurt us. So we always got to be prepared for our superstars to go out. So yeah, it was a very unfortunate situation. I think it was very undisciplined what he did. I mean, I'm like, look, you got the whole game, and you play him twice in the season to get him back. That's my mentality. But you're the only person on the Eagles in the freaking Dallas huddle. Everybody's going to be looking. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna play dirty, you got to play the dirty game. You got to play it the right way. So, but yeah, those adjustments. But primarily, the secondary has to be taken care of.
Hey, you think? What do you think? You think they need to go also make a decision what they're gonna do with Coop? What position Coop gonna play?
Yeah.
That's something too, man. I think that but when you say it, man, it's just you can as fans, because I've never played an NFL game in my life, but as a fan, you can tell when there's that little disconnect there, and it puts that little worry in you when you specifically target the guy seven times, they catch it 5 times for 103 yards, target on that guy. It's reminiscent. We had the show last week. Y'all went on out, and I kind of said it because the connection was bad. Shout out to Kimberly. That's up here, Swice Dog, that's in the comments. We talked about it then because it was like Rodgers when we had Rodgers last year, man, and they're constantly targeting every series. They're targeting that guy. That signals a problem. You know what I mean? The quarterback signal a problem. And like Gotti said, man, yes, it was CD. However, last year, and I'm just going off of last year when we had the rookie on him, QB was on him. I think he got 1 or 2 catches for like 10 yards. So that's the standard, you know what I mean, that we want to hold somebody to. We know everybody isn't able to do that, though, and we get that. So just moving forward, man, we do have to make some decisions. We have to make them early. We don't want to get too far in the season before we find ourselves tripping over that. And I do agree as well with that. But I added the last time, though, that one catch that CD dropped at the end, that was on, the new guy.
Mm-hmm.
However, that second catch he dropped was Kenyon Mitchell.
Oh yeah,
that was Kenyon Mitchell. Because he had him by like a step, maybe a step and a half. He had him, so luckily he dropped that. But that was Kenyon Mitchell that second one was on. So could have went either way.
We're not gonna stop. We're not gonna stop everything. We're not gonna stop everybody every time. I mean, we don't get mad when AJ Brown catch them bombs. We don't get mad when Smitty catch them bombs. Somebody's gonna get burnt,
Yeah.
But constantly, and you see it, you got to make some adjustments fast because you don't want them getting no 2-3 touchdown lead, early in the game, and then now you're playing catch up, and it messes up your whole offensive scheme because now you're trying to play catch up.
Yeah, man. Moving on, man. What do you? Yeah, we talked about this, man. We saw it on there. I think they're doing it for strategic reasons. How he always has a plan when he does things, man. What do y'all think about the Tank Bigsby acquisition?
I think it's and we definitely needed somebody to fill in for Shipley. I think he's out. We got ribs.
Yeah,
he's out for ribs. So we definitely had to pick up somebody to fill in the slot. But I think it's a good pickup. Young guy. He had a couple carries with Jacksonville last week. Didn't get many yards. I think it's like 5 for 12. But you definitely had to get somebody to fill those shoes. And if he's not the guy, we still have AJ Dillon to bump up to the number 2 to fill in for Shipley. So I haven't seen him play a lot. Just seen some stats or whatever. But young. A horse, so hopefully it works out for us.
Yeah. Sally, you paid attention to him anymore, or pretty much same?
No, to me, I think it was just like, to me, it was a low risk, high reward for us. It adds depth to the backfield. Plus he's also a kick returner. He averages like 32 and a half yards on a kick return. So that would help us out a lot. He's a power runner. He got a power runner style, similar to Saquon's a little bit. He's a powerful downhill runner. But his back. He's really not a catch back. So he's really not going to catch a lot of passes. But what is he third on the depth chart? Is he above AJ? Is he behind AJ?
I think with him coming in, I think he's going to be behind AJ.
Yeah, he's behind AJ.
Yeah.
And just because, I mean, experience, AJ, you know, I mean, he's on there. He's third on ours because Shipley was there from last year. But AJ has the ability to be the second with zero questions about it. You know what I mean? He is, you know, I mean, that guy, he can run, you know, he can be a good third, you know, down type of guy, whatnot. So, yeah, I think the team will mesh good with those guys together.
Definitely.
Yeah. Hey, so we kind of talked about this the other day, man, and you know, injuries, man. Father Time is undefeated. There's two things undefeated in life, man. That's Father Time and that's the internet. Those two things are undefeated, man. And so, what do y'all think? What going forward, man? This Landon Dickerson injury, and I want to ask Dottie first because I kind of was thinking the same thing that you said when we were talking about, you know, Jalen Carter. I'm on the same, you know, mindset as, you know, always being prepared. So what do you think about, you know, the chemistry moving forward?
Man, I think I would like to say that, you know, the chemistry on the line is not going to change much. We seen, you know, we lost Jason Kelsey and came back and won a Super Bowl with Jurgens. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say the chemistry is not going to be affected. But if you look at the film, man, the relationship that Leonard Dickerson and Mailata have on the line, working together, you know, reading stunts, reading blitzes, you know, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. I was just looking at a clip yesterday of how they read a stunt from the Super Bowl, how he, you know, blocked a guy, gave him the Mailata, then spun around and turned and picked up the stunting linebacker. And I know that stuff can be talked about at practice, you know, but to have the IQ to do that stuff in real time against a high-powered team, of course it was the Super Bowl, so you got the best of the best in one game. To do that, man, it's nothing that you can teach somebody and they can pick it up, you know, right there. So he can be on the sidelines injured and coaching, you know, his replacement, but nothing is going to be like his body there and his chemistry there with that line and his leadership in it with that line there on the field. So I think the chemistry is going to, you know, is going to have a slight decline, but he has been out long enough for whoever's stepping in for him to kind of, you know, kind of pick back up and, you know, go through those first team reps and try to fill those shoes. It won't be filled. You know, the best thing you can do is do their best and learn, you know, real time to get that OJT, you know, how he's out there. But hey, man, these guys getting old. You know, these guys are getting old, and you always got to have, you know, that fresh young guy who, you know, you drafted him or you picked him up for a reason. And like I said, you know, when you have those starters go down, that replacement that you have there, you should have him there for a reason. You know, they should always be ready to perform and also be ready for the other side of the ball to make those adjustments. You know, when we see a starting linebacker go out or starting a DB go out, we're going to attack him. So now that Dickerson is out, we got to be prepared for Kansas City to attack that vulnerability. You know, same thing with, you know, when we talked about the defense, they're going to attack that vulnerability. They've seen the tapes that they seen the tape of the Dallas game. You know, they see the continuity that we don't have anymore, you know, from last season, and they're going to attack it just like Dallas did. So that chemistry is going to be tested. That vulnerability is going to be tested, and it's going to be up to the coaching staff to make those adjustments to try to negate that vulnerability.
Yeah, I think, man, it's as far as the chemistry, I put that because when you had Saquon in New York, and he wasn't getting the yards he was supposed to get, that chemistry that when he came to the Eagles, the chemistry of that line provided those holes, those avenues, those gaps, those large gaping gaps, those gaping holes that Saquon can run through. And I say that because, you know, obviously, you know, you want the backup to do that, but I think that's what's going to give AJ Dillon, you know what I mean, his yards, his stats. And the same thing for Bigsby is going to do that. And so that's going to, in turn, set up the passing game that much more. You know what I'm saying? Because if you defending that, you know, we get the guy in there, and we you know, we're building that chemistry on the line. We have those holes. It's going to be just like last year when you don't know what to do. You don't know what to guard. You guarding the run, then we go burn you over the top. You know, you're locking down AJ and our receivers and whoever it is, and then we coming through the holes on you. So that's why I was talking about that. Spice Dog said that's facts, man. What Gotti said, he said that's facts. We pretty much in agreement on that one, man. We doing that. So hey, so Sally, man, what are some key matchups you looking to see this weekend?
I mean, I'm really looking forward, like I said, with Lane out. I'm trying to see how this O line is going to match up against Kansas City Chiefs D line, especially
Who that?
with Chris Jones.
Who Mike is that? That's mine or yours?
That's yours.
Nah, ain't no way.
I don't hear anything. What do you hear?
I can hear it a little bit. That's
I don't even hear what y'all talking. I don't hear what y'all talking about.
Can you hear it now, Meech? See, I don't hear it now.
I don't hear anything. What y'all? I don't. What are y'all hearing?
I heard a little bit of it's a little bit of interference. I heard a little bit of interference in there. But like I said, I think our O line against Chiefs interior D lineman like Chris Jones, that's going to be a key matchup I'm watching. Also, the secondary against our secondary, because I think pretty much Kansas City going to be relying on a lot on this with Kelsey since they got word that them guys they got some receivers that's hurt. So I think Kelsey is going to be their biggest target.
Oh
So
yeah.
our secondary got to watch Kelsey. We got to watch that guy. And also, our D line's got to make sure that we make the adjustments for because Mahomes probably gonna be doing a lot of scrambling as well. So Mahomes will scramble, and he will scramble long enough to find an opening in the secondary and make those big plays. So our secondary has definitely got to be on point to watch that kind of stuff. But I'm looking forward to see that our O line they can stop the defensive line of Kansas City Chiefs.
Got it.
Hey, I'm looking for the matchup with those edge rushers and those tackles, primarily because of the success that we had last year. With Sweat and Williams, how they was getting to the quarterback last year. I would like to see if we're going to get the same penetration, get the same stats that we did last year in the Super Bowl. I think 6 sacks. I think maybe 2 came from the up the middle with Davis and Carter, and I think the other 4 came, from the outside. So I like to see if the coordinators and the player coaches still have those guys, those new guys, because we lost Sweat and Williams. See if they have those new guys dialed up to try to get that same type of those same type of stats. Of course, Kansas City is on their side. They're going to try to stop that, but that'll be a good matchup between the coordinators, the coaches, and then the players to try to get those same stats and for Kansas City to try to stop those same things that happened last year. So 6 sacks in the Super Bowl is phenomenal. So I would like to see if we can at least get half of that, from last year. I would love that because we didn't get any sacks last week. I don't think we didn't get any sacks. So to get some sacks recorded against our Super Bowl contenders from last year against the great Patrick Mahomes, I think that'll be something I'm looking for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's myself. I think that probably was me. A couple things I'm looking for is like Sally hinted to it earlier with Coop. I want to see how he's going to be doing. And I don't want to echo everything he said, but if you got Worthy out, you know what I mean? So Kenyon, hopefully he's locking down whatever receiver he's on there. This is going to be the second week to be able to test out, the other guys. And it's definitely going to be, testing out, what's his name? Our receiver our linebacker that we picked up. See what he's going to be doing if Travis is going to be coming across the middle and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because that's a big target to knock down in the open field. So that's definitely going to be on the list. And just the chemistry. Hopefully Jalen is coming back with some vengeance and he takes it out on the Kansas City O-line, man. So that's the type of stuff that I'm waiting to see, man. Swice, he said he's watching the Eagles game. Everybody's supposed to be watching the Eagles game. You stating the what we supposed to all be doing. Hey, so our defense, man, our defense overall, we kind of talked about this. We alluded to this in the last question, man. Do you think that we'll get the same pressures and the same, putting on to what's his name? Mahomes Patty Mac? Sally?
I think, like I said, said with Carter back, I think they will. I mean, he's gonna plug them gas and the holes up. I think they will. It's gonna be a challenge. I mean, I'm looking for like Super Bowl type pressure on Mahomes. That's what I'm looking for. I think, like I said before, I think Mahomes gonna try to create those opportunities with his legs, to extend those plays, and we gotta make sure we keep him in the pocket, and we gotta make sure we keep him out of being able to scramble like that. Like I said, Kelsey is going to play a major role in this game, and also Kareem Hunt out of the backfield. We can't forget about that guy too. We cannot forget about Kareem Hunt, and so our linebackers got to be on point and watching that guy. We got to make sure they watch that guy real good. But I mean, long as our D line, if we can maintain and get pressure on Mahomes, and like I said, them linebackers watch Kelsey and keep Kareem from doing this thing. I think we're gonna be straight.
I always say sacks are great. Everybody loves sacks, you know what I mean? They get you hyped up, but constant, persistent pressure on a QB, such as especially those mobile QBs, you know what I mean? You place that QB spy on him or whatever we got to do. That has a more mental effect on quarterbacks than, you know what I mean, than the occasional sack here and there. You know what I mean? You get one sack a game, that's it. You take them down, but I mean, constant pressure for 60 minutes, man, that's mentally draining on a guy. He's constantly running around the field, not able to scramble and do what he's supposed to be doing, getting those wild throws between the legs and all of this type of stuff. Man, that's the type of stuff we got to stop for this weekend, man. And White Star said the same thing, man. Just constant pressure on Mahomes is absolutely going to be key for this game. So, Gotti, man, how do you think our offense is going to do against their defense, man? Because they got a couple key acquisitions, you know what I mean, just like we did over the season, the off season. So, what do you think our offense is going to do? What are you looking to see?
The great thing about our offense, and I say this all the time, and we have a triple threat offense. We have a quarterback who can pass. We have a quarterback who can run. Actually a quadruple. We have a running back who can catch the ball and run, and we have two of the most dynamic receivers, in the NFL. So I think with those weapons, I think the main key is going to be the offensive line. So you can't have those key positions excel if we don't have the protection, if we don't have the blocking and everything like that. So and that kind of goes back to the chemistry we talked about with Dickerson. Are they going to exploit those? Are they going to exploit that vulnerability and affect the quarterback, who essentially is the core of the running quarterback, the passing quarterback, getting the ball to the running back, and the receivers. So, if we get good pass protection, that leaves us to where, we can only pass. And, they say if you can't run, you can't pass, you can't pass, you can't run. So if we're only left up to being able to pass, then that means, they're going to dial up the blitzes and try to affect the run try to affect the pass because we can't run, and then essentially vice versa. But I think as long as our offensive line holds up, we'll be able. The coordinator will be able to make adjustments, dial up some schemes that can, put Casey on the hills, just like last year. We came in, we had a good plan, executed it. I knew Saquon Barkley was not going to have the game of his life because he had the season of his life, and I'm sure the goal was stop Saquon Barkley. That was probably the only goal, and they lost focus of everything else. Yeah. So if they go in with the same mentality, hey, we got to stop, Hurts, we got to stop the pass, and then now Saquon Barkley is going to have, the game of his life. So I think it's going to be up to the offensive line to, make sure their assignments are taken care of, and then up to the coordinator to make the adjustments after like the first few series to find out what's open, to find out what audibles that we can call, and to try to find out what they're going to try to repeat from last season to try to stop our offense from excelling.
Oh yeah. Sally, man, what you got?
I just think a lot of stuff we got to hit on. I don't repeat a lot of stuff he said. I mean, like it's gonna be. I think it's up against our O line. We got to make sure our O line is good because they're going to the Sharks smell blood and water. They think since Dickens is out, they're gonna be trying to exploit that position. So our O line is gonna be key to giving Jelly that time to sit back and make his adjustments. He did a great job. He did a great job last week when he couldn't really find that downfield. He scrambled. He did a good job scrambling and keeping that ball and getting those key plays done. But also, we do got to think about, like, Timberly said, we got that tight end position, because once again, Dallas is hurt. Once again, he's hurt. So that's going to be they're gonna be I think they'll be targeting Caltera a lot more. But I think our O line, getting our O line on point is gonna be the key. Key and getting Jalen protection is gonna be key in this game.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Timberly. We see you up here. I totally agree with your comment as well because I believe Caltera is that guy for the future. You know what I mean? Goddard injured and all this type of stuff. I said it last year. You hate to see those giants, those staples leave, man. Same thing when Ertz left. Same thing. You know what I mean? Those staples leave the organization. But like I said earlier, man, Father Time, man, he's undefeated. So Goddard, you get those couple injuries and you just keep seeing the repeat Calcaterra. He's definitely the guy. He definitely can handle his own moving forward. Hey, shout out Red Jet. We see you up here. Like, subscribe, share. What's going on, everybody in the comments? Hey, so I think that also it's you know that as they keep saying that goalpost keeps getting moved for the Eagles and Hurts, you know what I mean? They say he can't run, he runs the ball. They say he can't throw, I mean, he throws the ball. He say we can't, he's a game man, you know what I mean? All this type of stuff, man. They just don't want to give the guy flowers, man, moving forward. So, hey, so what changes do you think need to be made on our offense or either side of the offense moving forward, if any?
I think as far as for the Eagles, I mean, we gotta think about it. We got another new offensive coordinator, so we gotta let this guys let him get his feet sunk in. But as far as that, I think we need to overcome some offensive predictability using different formations, the preset motions. To get the ball, to get those guys separation, to get the ball out of there. I think a lot of combination blocks. We might need to use some combination blocks, to create some holes for Saquon to be able to run through. And a balance, and to me, is a good balance run and pass attack. Incorporate more snaps under center, stuff like that. This can be predictable. And I think, like I said, we got to give our new offensive coordinator some time. But if we make some of these adjustments, I think we'd be straight. You muted. You
We
muted me.
winning, we winning games. We the winning games. I love that, but I would love for us to get to the point where Brad Johnson had those Detroit Lions last year. When I mean they were running plays at will on people. You know what I mean? They had a very high power offense and they weren't as predictable. So yes, we're winning, but it's just like the Steelers. We talk about the Steelers, they always, Mike Tomlin's always at 500 every year, you know what I'm saying? Haven't had a losing season. I got that. Now let's move past that. You know what I'm saying? So same thing for us, man. We winning. I love it. We winning Super Bowls. I just want to see a little bit more out of that playbook. I say this all the time. You know what I mean, going forward. So, exactly what Sally said, man. We got the new offensive coordinator in, so I know he's trying to find his footing. But it's not that hard when you have the weapons that you have on the Eagles. You know what I mean? We know we can do the stuff on pages 1, 2, and 3. Let's try to do, 6, 7, and 8 of the playbook now. You know what I'm saying? Do a little this, do a little that, little razzle dazzle. You know what I'm saying? Get them up there, put them asses in the seats. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit more. We are winning. Yes, I'm not complaining about that, but I want to see a little bit more jazz behind the wins, man. That's all I want to see. What do you say, Timberley? He's not new to the position. Yeah, organization. Yeah, I got it. He worked behind Kellen last year. We understand that, but it's different from when you working behind somebody, versus when you in somebody. Most of us, I mean, all of us, 3 of us, we were in army. It's one thing, what I mean. When you were the platoon sergeant, you filling in for the first sergeant every now and then, or you the first sergeant, you fill in for the sergeant major. But now, you know what I mean, that's your flag now. That's a whole different situation. You gotta get used to it. So filling in is easy, you know what I mean, because you don't have to change too much. You just basically going along with what the guy says, his vision, and you just pretty much in learn mode, reception mode, and then the little, the things that you can't control, you control them. But now they're saying it's yours. That's totally different. So I get what you're saying, Timberly. Yeah, but shit, it's different. It's different. Right. So talking about last week, man, the Chiefs, they didn't look too good, man. They didn't look too good. Gotti said this before the Super Bowl. He said this in the playoffs, how the Chiefs were exposed, and then we came in and we fully exposed them in the Super Bowl. what do you got to say about it, guy? What you think, man? But for the season, what you think?
Hey, I'm standing on business, man. I was talking to somebody at work. Uh, he's a Bills fan, and we're talking about it. And I told him I didn't think the Chiefs was gonna make it, through the playoffs. They did, they barely did. It's like I said, they was letting them off the hook. You know what I'm saying? So when we got to the Super Bowl, these coaches had plenty of time to evaluate, what they were doing, what they weren't doing, and we exposed them. And then the Chargers came. Chargers. It was a very good game. Of course, I was loving it. Loved that they lost because you already heard my bold prediction. Before the season started, the Chiefs are not going to make the playoffs. So, um, I'm telling you. Let me see. I think that yeah, I just think that they are a little predictable. And when you shut down that predictability, you can have results. You shut down Travis Kelsey, you shut down those good receivers, and you get Patrick Mahomes running, and you can have those results. But a lot of teams weren't doing that before. They were letting them get too many chances. Didn't have a spy on Patrick Mahomes. He's not a dynamic runner, but I swear it's like he can evaluate the field and know exactly where to go, and it's crazy. But you got to have somebody account for that. And the Chargers did a pretty good job against them. They had a pretty good offense against them. When Herbert got that last first down, they fell apart. But I think the Chiefs' reign is over. Um, I think as long as the teams play them to the best of their ability, they're not going to go to the playoffs. They're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
I'm
if y'all
standing
not
on that.
aware, if y'all not aware of what Gotti's talking about, man, we had I think it was 2 shows ago, bold predictions, man. Hey, Gotti had all of my mouth wide open, man. He said that he's standing on business. He said the Chiefs aren't going to make the playoffs, man. And I mean, he stunned social media in a hole. So hey, but hey, he said he's standing on business, man. So that's what it's gonna have to be, man. So hey, so how big do you think offensively, for us, for them, the injury, the Xavier Worthy injury, how big do you think that's gonna be overall for the game?
you know,
Sally.
so for the Chiefs, I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think it's going to be that big. If they got targets, they're going to hit them. It's going to be up to the targets getting open. They had 258 yards last year. I mean, last week with amongst like 4 receivers, like probably about 230 amongst 4 receivers. So it doesn't matter who they have. It's just the fact of them getting those guys open and Patrick Mahomes getting them the ball. So then they got Hollywood Brown. They got Travis Kelsey. I think Thornton had like 40 yards, and I think somebody else had like 30 or 40 yards.
Juju, I think it was Juju.
Juju.
Yep.
I mean, with Juju Kelsey, and Hollywood Brown, they're good. They're good with just those 3 receivers right there. Having Xavier Worthy is more pressure on us. I don't think it
Yeah.
takes any pressure off of the Chiefs. So I don't think that his injury is going to be a big loss for the Chiefs.
Sal, what you got, man?
I mean, I got said a lot of stuff, about the injury. First of all, he got injured by his own dude. You know what I'm saying? He got injured by his own man. Kelsey took his shoulder out. But they still got weapons. They got, like you said, Hollywood Brown, they got Juju, they got Kelsey, and they got Kareem Hunt in the backfield. And still with that lineup is still a great lineup for any other team to have. So any team and with Mahomes with his, Mahomes was doing Mahomes stuff last week too. He was I seen a couple plays where he tried to get that call. He runs to out of bounds and he stops right before it happens to get that impact. So he did that a couple times last week. So we know what Mahomes is capable of. We know when he scrambles, he's dangerous when he gets to the open field and he can scramble and move around and extend that play. But I think it's like he said, like Gotti said, he still got weapons. As long as he got those weapons, as long as he got Kelsey out there, and he got, like he said, Hollywood Brown and Hunt, he got targets. So I don't think that injury. I mean, to me, it's good for us, but I don't think it's going to change anything as far as the Chiefs game plan is concerned.
Who is that? That's Duke. You talking about some yo?
It probably got to be.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
dude, hey, dude got there playing. He ended up playing Boy Scouts in the woods. We see you. We see you.
Oh, Grizzly
We,
Adams.
yeah. Yeah, hey, Spice Dog, man, everything you're saying, man, is absolutely right. I definitely think that we have to disrupt the timing of Patrick Mahomes, and that's not an easy task to do. I mean, every team, they know it every year, they try to do it, but you disrupt that timing with them. They're going to practice, Xavier being out. I know they have all the other weapons that they have, but like I keep saying, man, that consistent pressure on Patty Mac, disrupt their timing. You stop their run, and that's going to be the first thing that we have to do is stop their run, and then go from there. So it's always easier said than done, but I think that that's going to be the plan. Like Sal mentioned earlier, you stop that run, man. You try to make them one dimensional as much as possible, and don't let Patty Mac get all these crazy yards because he scrambles. When he's scrambling, it's look like he runs like Tyler Murray. I mean Kyler Murray a little bit, man.
Yeah.
He just be
Yeah.
throwing feet. Yeah, it's like their first time running every time they scramble. So we definitely have to stop that, man. We can't let him get away, for no 15, 20 yards down the field, man. We definitely have to do that. So I think it's definitely achievable going forward, man. Hey, we're going to go into this last little segment, this Meechie Mania. But I wanted to talk about some other games as well because we love the Eagles, but it's a lot of other divisional games that are going on that are out there, man. So the first one, man, is this New York and this Dallas, man. What do y'all think?
I don't even think it's gonna be worth watching.
It ain't gonna be worth watching. Only
They
only
gonna, I,
reason
they gonna,
only
they
only
gonna do.
reason I'm bringing this game up is because I mean I don't think it's gonna be worth watching. I do want to see what they're gonna do with Russell. You know what I mean? I think that you probably gonna get one more good game out of him, uh, and then after that, even maybe a half, and then I think that because I think this is gonna be the end of the legacy if he, what I mean, after this game, definitely after this season, if he doesn't do well, man, it's gonna be the end of that legacy out there. And then Dallas seeing how they're playing, because I'm not biased, man. Dallas on paper, they're always a great team. They're always a great team every year until the end of the year when Dakota start doing his thing and messing up, and then he falls in line every other game after that, man. So some of these other games, man, that they got going on, man. We got us there. What do y'all think about the Green Bay, man? Everybody's talking about Green Bay is that team and all of this stuff. Sal, what you think about Green Bay?
I mean, I said it before. I said I think Green Bay is our NFC. This is our biggest. That's our biggest threat in the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
They looking good out there, man. I mean, yeah, like they looking good, man. I mean, I got nothing to say. I mean, they came out there. I told everybody I think Daniel was gonna have that sophomore slump. I mean, he ain't been looking too good these last couple of games, but Green Bay Green Bay hitting on all cylinders right now. And then the addition with Parsons on that defensive on that D line, they hitting on all cylinders right now. They're looking really good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What y'all think about any thoughts on Tampa Bay?
Uh, they they uh they seem to be struggling. They seem to be struggling in that game. They played a good second half, a good fourth quarter, but I think this might be our year to take them out. And they've been tearing us up the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So I think
You think they're gonna lose against the Texans? You think they're gonna lose that game?
I think they might be the Texans. I think they might be the Texans. But I know if our secondary don't shape up, then they're gonna eat us up. But I think if our secondary gets squared away, in the next couple of weeks, I think we're a favorite over Tampa Bay. We haven't not we got bad luck with Tampa Bay last couple of years, but I think we're
Oh
good.
yeah. Oh yeah, Bose is a defensive genius, man. He
Hmm.
knows what to do. He knows how to make those in-game adjustments. And Bose is that guy, man. Bose is that guy. He does have our number, man. So I'd rather play him if we had to play him. Play him earlier in the season than later in the season.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah,
Philly,
definitely.
Philly said KC O line is soft, man. Green Bay did a good dog Spice Star. I agree to that as well. I said that too. That those guys will be a good challenge to us at the end of the year. They only going to get better as well, man. So hey, what do y'all think about this San Francisco fiasco that's going on? Y'all been tracking this with Brock Purdy?
Look,
Ain't he
they
hurt?
San,
Ain't he
San
hurt?
Francisco. San Francisco came in the season. They had the potential to kind of pick up where they did a few years ago, but Brock Purdy is out for what 4 to 5 weeks. Um, George Kittle. They done. They right back
Yeah.
to where they was last year.
Come on, Red Jet. I know you in the comments, Red Jet. What do you got to say? This your team. What y'all
Hey,
gonna do this year?
hey,
I
they done pay Brock that money. Now he sit on the sideline for about 5 weeks.
He got to move. You know, he had a roommate last year. He wasn't getting paid no money. He had to spend his weekend to move. Got to get all his shit moved out.
Hey, he tried to start making for all those people, but the whole line them trucks, them Titans. He put the whole line of trucks last. He still trying to make them payments on them trucks he bought. So he gotta move. He gotta make them payments on those trucks. He got a lot to do.
that was I think that was one of my predictions, man. That this was gonna be it for Shanahan, man. This was his year to prove, or they was gonna walk him on out the door, man. So I think that this is the guy. He said more room for the Cardinals to move up this year. This is the year if they don't produce, that he might be out of there, man. They might try to use that excuse. Oh, Brock was hurt and this, but I think that
Who's his
everybody
backup?
has.
Who's Brock's backup?
That's exactly.
Uh-huh. But like I was saying, it's up to that front office to pick a suitable backup. You know what I'm saying? All that back, you cannot throw that backup. That was our backup quarterback stuff out there when Nick Foles won a Super Bowl.
You can't.
It's
Yeah,
not
you
even an
can't.
argument. You can't do it.
Yeah, and it's not like when you say Nick Foles won the Super Bowl, it's not like he just came in for that game and won. Well, I mean, when you talking about the ass end of the season, the entire playoffs,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So
when he didn't play the whole year, and everybody who he's playing against played the whole year,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Right. Yeah, man. I just bring back good memories, man. I be thinking about that. I get happy, man. I get happy.
Hey, so what y'all think about Caleb Williams?
So I think Caleb Williams is Caleb Williams. I think that what he needs to do is start focusing so much on which type of fingernail polish he gonna wear for these games and focus on the X and O's. He needs to focus on the X and O's.
I do. His first series was fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
That first series was that. I mean, I was impressed. And I don't know if y'all watched the little trivia thing I did. You know, that was his first rushing touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That was his first rushing touchdown. He didn't have any last year. But I think he played a hell of a game. Wasn't great, but compared to last year, he played
100%.
He played a phenomenal game. But that first series was so beautiful.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was watching the same dude.
Yeah, man. He also, man. Their line is their nemesis. He does have, like everybody else is saying, man. He does have the accuracy problems. I think that first half he was playing phenomenal, but then Caleb Williams started doing Caleb Williams stuff at the end. I think that he just needs to mature a lot more. I said this during the draft. I don't know how it happened. Good thing for Washington, but I don't know how they picked Caleb Williams over Jaden Daniels anyway. Jaden Daniels had that pedigree when he was in school, making those mature, composed decisions throughout the time that the both schools he played for in college. He was doing his thing, but Caleb Williams is I want the guy to do good, just not as good as us. So, just moving forward, man, he got to stop worrying about that other stuff, man. But I think that's going to be interesting in that entire division to see what happens this year. Mm-hmm. Hey, so game predictions, man. We got Seattle, we got Pittsburgh. You got Aaron Rodgers playing against Sam Darnold, man. What do y'all think? Just who's the winner of that? In the comments, who y'all think? Seattle versus Pittsburgh. What do y'all think? AFC, NFC matchup. What we got?
I'm going with Pittsburgh, definitely.
I'm going with Pittsburgh.
Aaron Rodgers looked real good.
Oh,
he did look good. He looked good last week. Aaron Rodgers looked good last week.
Aaron Rodgers was looking real good, man. He was doing his thing, man. He was doing his thing. He was doing his thing. New England and Miami. So the reason why I'm bringing this one up is because y'all know the controversy that they got down there. Tyreek Hill in the offseason, he said his things. He was like, F the team, I'm out of here, all this type of stuff. Now he coming back, crying on bending knee like boys to men, talking about some let's be a team again. Tua, what is his name? Tua Tagovailoa, man. They call him Tua, turn the ball over.
I call him Cuss. He's
on borrowed time, man. Tua is on borrowed time. Two is on borrowed time, man. So we got New England and Miami. And for those in the comments, I don't know, if y'all watch, football back in the day, but when Tom Brady was playing in New England, Miami always had their number. Miami was the Achilles heel for the Patriots, man. They always beat. Obviously, they ain't beat them in the postseason or anything like that. But throughout the regular season, man, Miami would
Yeah,
always
you gotta
beat
make
up
it to
on.
the. You gotta make it to the postseason to play them.
You got to make it to the postseason, man. Yeah, you got to make it, but man, that's why I want to see that, to see how the two teams are going, man. Vrabel's in there doing his thing. You got the whole controversy with the Patriots in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Bill Belichick said y'all ain't welcome up in here because I can't come up there. You know what I mean? There's a little drama going on and all that type of stuff, man. So hey, it is what it is. Moving forward, Cleveland and Baltimore.
Next.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns will Cleveland Brown, boy. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. But hey, I mean,
Rob said it in the comments. Miami is a mess. Absolutely, man. They are a mess,
absolutely.
man. It's messed up too because they have a lot of potential. Miami has a lot of potential. That
They do.
their coaches really, I really like him. He's a really, really good coach. But they just falling apart, man. They really need to. They should have focused on it already for Tua's backup, man. I do not know why they let that guy, after he came, he got hit and his eyes was crossed, and you know what I mean, he putting out PSAs, stop playing with matches and all of this stuff when he woke up. They should have got that guy out of there, man. It's only getting worse for that guy. We're going to see the physical decline of Tua Tagovailoa while he's playing, man. And it's funny, but it's sad at the same
Yeah,
time,
it's
man.
sad. It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Buffalo, New York. Who y'all got in the comments? Buffalo, New York.
I'm definitely going with Buffalo.
Buffalo,
Buffalo.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That game, I mean, hey, that game, the Buffalo and Ravens game, that was one of the best games I've seen in a long time. That was a good game.
Yeah.
That was a real good game. And but I think Buffalo, it's gonna be Buffalo against the Jets. They're gonna beat
Hey,
them boys.
E Money said, "Go Birds, go Birds." E Money, Swipe Star got Buffalo as well, man. That was a good game we seen since the last time they played. Basically, I mean that
Yep.
was the last time those two teams played, man. And there's a lot of implications because me personally, I don't know. I'm not saying this from a bias standpoint, but if we're talking about the MVP race between Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen last year, I think that Lamar Jackson got robbed. This is just
Yep.
me personally. Statistically, he was way better. I mean, Josh Allen, I think he beat him only in two small, minute things or something, man. But other than that, Lamar Jackson statistically was beating all of those guys. But I think that the ultimate person that got robbed out of the NFL MVP last year, this is just my opinion, was Jaden Daniels. I'm sorry. I think Jaden Daniels got robbed because he was a rookie. You take a team that won 4 games before you got there. You come in as a rookie, as composed as you are, putting the team together, making the mature decisions. Yeah, he got down in a couple games in the beginning, but the second half he looked amazing. I mean, even on us. I mean, granted, they were playing, they weren't playing us the thing, and we fell apart, but he was picking our defense apart. He had that long 35, 37-yard run on us. I think that he got robbed of the NFL MVP last year. That's just me. Right. Hey, so we coming up on time, man. Hey, I don't want to hold y'all, man. Grand closing. We go around the room, man. Anything y'all have got, any closing comments you got going on?
24-17 Philly.
24-17 Philly. What you got, Sal?
I think it's gonna be 31-17 Philly.
31-17. Yeah. I'm hard with numbers because that's too close to gambling for me. I say the Birds going to come out with the win. I think it'll be close. You know what I mean? I think that I just hope that we make the necessary adjustments in the second half. You know what I mean? Seeing what we're doing. I hope that we pull the trigger either way on our cornerback situation. We do that. We make those adjustments, and then we start. Hey, it's not too late to start looking for somebody, man. But if he's getting burnt that first half, hey, go ahead and turn in your playbook. Turn in your playbook, man. Turn in your playbook, man. I think it'll be close. White Dog said as well, man. I think it'll be close coming down to the end. He said Saquon was robbed. You can say Saquon was robbed because I feel we've talked about this as well. From a standpoint alone of how much of the game was changed because Saquon was running like that. You know what I mean? For our offense, what he did statistically to our offense, I think that was great. I think that Saquon was, you know what I mean, was the best player, right? I think Saquon was definitely the best running back in the league. I think that Saquon, was probably the best player, but I think a lot of times people get the best player and the most valuable player mixed up. And that's why I had to give the edge. And it's on my own team. I had to give the edge to Jaden Daniels, you know what I mean, over Saquon. Because Saquon is running, he's doing his thing, but Jaden Daniels brought a lot more value to his entire organization. And I'm not saying Saquon didn't bring us nothing. I mean, come on now. But I'm just saying, as far as value, you go from a team that we were in the Super Bowl, you know what I mean, before he got there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He got there, he just gave us that edge to put us over the top. But Jaden Daniels, I mean, shit, they won 4 games. So I mean, we talking about best player or value. I don't know. Rob said Eagles in a close one. Spags with dial up his. Hey, I agree as well. He go down, but he dialed it up. Whatever number he used in the Super Bowl to dial up that D. I hope he don't use that same number this game. Because we go tear him up again.
I know. I want him to use the same number. He needs to use the same. He needs to hit redial, and call that number back. I need the same outcome.
Hey, y'all, but hey, good show, everybody. We appreciate all the love in the comments. Hey, tell somebody to tell somebody. I think it's Dookie as well. He talking about the 21-17 birds. Dookie, if this you, let us know. Let us know. Make sure we not hacked.
Yeah, right.
If this you out there in the woods, man, let us know if this you. Hey, but he say 21-17 birds. Good stuff, but we close. Oh, that's repeat. There we go. Let's do it. Let's do it, y'all. We appreciate the love. Everybody, that's all we got. We'll see y'all. After this game. Same show, same time, Monday. Y'all know we do Mondays, 7 p.m. That'll be our first Monday show because the first other game was on Thursday. So we'll see y'all Monday at 7 p.m. to recap. We're going to recap this Chiefs game. We'll be back up here. Everybody, we look to see y'all again. Peace, love, and he said that's here. It's your boy Campfire Duke. Campfire Duke.
Campfire Duke. Hey, don't be looking like Leonardo DiCaprio when he got tore by that bear. We don't want to see no repeat.
we couldn't get him in the field when he was in the army. All these profiles he had when he was in the field, when he was in the army, he couldn't go to the field. Now he volunteered. He going there on his own, y'all. Hey, but good show, everybody. We love the comments. See y'all next Monday.
Peace.
I didn't let me in there, y'all.
Oh man,
Fellow on the